Hello, besties. It's we were calling you out for I don't know, not achieving your dreams or whatever. So it is mid to late June. Besties, I got some news. Um, do I want that frame? It's fine. Not only about this mustache, which I need to trim it up a bit over here. Turns out I'm a little bit lopsided on my stuff. Anyway, so if you are watching this right now, on the 20th week of August, there was currently so usually I don't really talk about what's like going on in the zeitgeist culturally, right? Or in the meta at large, because it's kind of like not evergreen. But I just wanted to take note because Abby did a video about what's going on right now. So there's a bunch of authors that are on Royal Road, about 12, 11 coordinated, and a couple more that fell on about. They all did a X Monster Girl evolution. Like one is called Magpie Girl evolution. One is called Succulent Girl evolution, and it's like a monster evolution thing, right? That's great because they all started at the same time, and they're all kind of coordinated together, right? And some might say that's like collusion, but really it's no different than what others do because they try to shout each other out to help build up their fandoms. And I think that they're doing something that's off meta, and it's succeeding because some of them, like Lunadea, they have a bigger following already, and I don't even know which ones Lunadea is, or if they're male or female. But the point being, like, so if a new author with a big following on a web novel platform posts something brand new, then they will get a little followers really quickly, and they'll get the attention. And if you post the same as a new author, which you might do because there are lots of big name authors that are like living off of what they're doing in web novel, right? There's a few of those. I'm not gonna say it's a small amount, but like I personally know several people that are living off of their Patreon earnings, and or their Amazon sales in some cases. In some cases, like they live off of one, and then the other one is just like fun. I know these people, and they're all great. I'm happy they have success. So like, there's gonna be some. So if you put out like a work, like if you put out your book somewhere, as an author, you kind of like, it's like you're letting your baby out free in the world, right? And you want to succeed, right? So you could say like, I'm gonna write this to market, and I'm gonna spend some time like learning what the market is like, and like I'm going to write with the idea of a reader in mind. Also, like besties, I've been sick for a week, so I didn't post. I basically just lost my voice until like today. If you ever have kids, they're just like little disease-covered rodents. They're adorable, but like you hear my voice. I've been sick for like 10 days. Basically, this is my last video. So like, so like, there's probably like 2,000 to 8,000 fictions regularly posted on Royal Road. Maybe novelizing will level the playing field, but like, you need to understand that like, you could try to write to what the market wants, and you have to like kind of read what the market's doing, right, to be on meta, right? And it's fine if you don't want to do that, but like then don't be mad if you don't like get that excitement around it, right? Like most of my books are kind of not really on meta. Are they? Right. Well, the meta for Royal Road is cultivation. I've written 2 cultivation novels. One did really well. One did okay. I'm gonna rebrand the second one because it's 3 books that I spent a lot of time in. But like, if you are following what other people are doing, you're you're gonna be like left behind, right? So you have to understand what's going on, and then you have to like make your own thing, right? And this is the difference between like a level 2 or 3 author and a level 4 author. Is like I'm not trying. I'm an entertainer, right? I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to make you feel something through the story, right? And like even if the feeling is just contempt, because a lot of the tones that I'm hitting in Bodega Cat is contempt. Like Bagel the cat is contemptuous of humans. He's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, and but like, and then I switch over to the ladies like Ashley. Well, Ashley's the one with POV, but like Ashley's like she's from the Midwest and she was like she moved to the city to become like a performer on Broadway because she thought she was going to be a rapper in a rap opera, right? And like of course if that interests you, but it got 60 chapters. I love it. I'm having fun with it. Literally like writing a storyline now about how they're fucking reclaiming Staten Island from being overrun by mobs and dungeons. Where was I? So there is this. It's like 11 authors that are coordinating, cross pollinating, and like I'm literally like, basically, if you're a nice person, I will shout you out. Right? I'm nice. Sorry, I might sound mean, but I'm nice. Until you cross me, then I'm like I don't give a fuck. I feel like a badass with this mustache. Thanks, besties. So, like, the meta exists for you to like grab it, and then like, I also want you to think about like writing. I just listened to Cozy Creative. She's a wonderful YouTuber, author tuber. Basically, like once you decide you're going to write for an audience, that's when you have to change. That's when you get your 10,000 hours, right? So like I spend a lot of time writing for an audience, studying Stephen Erickson and others and how they do things, so that I'm not just info dumping. Right? You'll see very few info dumps. I don't really explain the rules of the game or the great game in Bodega Cat. And right now I'm finally like it's catching up to me. I'm like, okay, now I need to finally like sort out all these things because I have to go back and I have to redo all the cards and maybe do card art. Or what's that with that? Because basically now I know what they're gonna do. Now I know what they're getting at every level. Basically, like at every 5 levels, they get another energy, and like they can summon up to 4 creatures, but like they need the energy in that domain to summon it. Yeah. Anyway, so if you're gonna write on meta, great for you. But the end game is like you have to like find your audience, find your fans, right? Because like I think that my romantasy will do really well in the main market once it finds its people, right? Like I think for me really well is like maybe it'll sell like 100 to 500 100 what would it be like 100 to 400 copies a month would be great long term, right? So that's like 3 copies a day. But like I'm not here trying to rush a sale. I'm trying to tell a story about a chaotic woman in a chaotic situation and have it be entertaining, or a chaotic fate woman, because I'm basically like listening to my wife and like this is basically my wife if she was more chaotic, and I'm just like loving this setup. Anyway, this is gonna get the NSFW tag probably. I don't know. But so the other news is I finished a book. It's not Bodega Cat Volume 3. It is the How to Write Progression Fantasy. I sent it, or I'm about to send it to my line editor, and basically I've been writing this for 3 years because I did not have the book that I needed. When it's out, I will advertise it again. I'll do a thing just for that. But this is my first nonfiction book. This is a craft book about writing progression fantasy. I took all those pearls of wisdom from coaching people and I put it in there, and I'm just like, okay, I don't think I have anything else to say on that front. I will do a little video about the cover because I want a specific thing for the cover, and I'll probably be asking one of my older cover artists to do this, one of the ones I have more established stuff with. But yeah, it was like 95%. I just reviewed it a few times and like, okay, I'm just gonna cut this, I'm gonna fix this. I'm probably going to write a marketing book, and I'm probably going to write another book. So it's like a series, a process book, because I think process is so important. However, that's going to wait because I'm looking for grants to do a. Here we go. So here's the idea. My friend Strawberry Rain and I, we are looking at doing a scientific study on creatives and what works to get them to actually do the creative work, right? So like, ACX has a grant, the Astral Codex guys, and I'm going to ask them for a grant to study this at some point in time. I'm going to ask them for a grant to do this. So basically, if you've watched my videos about coaching, there are obligers, make up half the population. Questioners, like 40% of the population. Then there's rebels and upholders. I'm an upholder, and those are two like 5 to 4%, right? But the rebels are overrepresented in creative professions, and the obligers are kind of like the normal distribution. But there's just a lot less upholders. So like basically, like if you watch the videos, there's a way that I coach people based on their tendency to do stuff. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a scientific study. Hey, does this work? And treat it like an intervention. Like if the intervention is this type of coaching, and the person says, I want to do X, and I want output X, and I say, okay, you want X, you're an obliger, do this, get the thing, right? Crazy tonight. That's it. So I'm gonna ask ACX for that because I think that the thing that I've read, the thing that I kind of am getting is like, as an effective altruist, as a rationalist, there goes my voice. It doesn't really matter. The message is not going to permeate unless people want to listen to what you have to say, and they're not going to want to listen to what you have to say unless you have some sort of influence, right? So basically, if I make more people better situated to get their work out, then they'll be a better influencer. They'll get their message out, right? Like my message is peace and love, right? I won't get it out, but then people are not going to come listen to me for peace and love, but they'll come listen to me about the bodega cat and the evil cat that's trying to build up an empire using public works projects to garner support, like Tammany Hall, because that's what I'm writing. Anyway, that was a bit of a ramble. Final note. Last year we did the Inkies Awards. Right now we're doing planning for the Immersive Quill Awards, which is the Immersive Ink plus Novelizing sponsored awards. I have established a board to do that. We are setting up the rules, and it is a Progression Fantasy Awards. So I will do a full thing on that. But last year it was the Inkies. This year it is the Immersive Quill, Immersive Ink, right, or the IQA, because the Stabbies are not really a thing. And the next highest level would be the Hugos. There isn't really a Progression Fantasy Award, so I decided I would create one. And again, like just like me creating a master's degree program, it's like the legitimacy we give to it is the thing makes it legitimate, right? So if we get hundreds of people voting on this thing and participating in it, then it is more legitimate, right? But like also like there are all these little fractured writing communities, and I'm finding out. So like, okay, progression fantasy, real easily. All of us inside this small community are going to vote together on what we like, and then we're going to honor these people for their great for their great contribution to society by writing a time looper, or by writing a magical cowgirl evolution fic. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I do know that my friend Inkwell Otter won the best worst for Royal Road. So the categories might change a little bit, and we're going to announce them during WingCon or the Winter Ink Convention in January. More details to follow. That's what's on my mind. I did a lot of planning for that today. There is now a board that is going to supervise the IQAs, and there was a board for the WingCon as we're establishing it. It's going to be a one-day writers' convention, and I think I'm going to be doing a fireside chat with Euphradia. So more to follow on that too. But that's what's going on, besties. In the comments, tell me which one of your favorite magical girl evolution fics you got, and then tell me why.